Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. Indeed, it's therapy, folks. Just the other day, I put up a video asking my viewers for some help. I have all these unpublished videos all done, ready to go. And you know, with the algorithm, you can't publish them all at the same time, and I don't know how it all works, frankly. But one thing's for sure, you gave me your thoughts as to what it is that you want me to publish from a series of reviews that I've done. And you know, I think I neglected one of them, which was something that probably hits home more than the others, just because the symbol behind it does represent my country, and that is the Hongidan N8 with the maple leaf. Now I know that that maple leaf represents, for the Chinese, there's some spiritual symbolism, and we'll discuss it. But for us Canadians, of course, the red maple leaf or the maple leaf is the symbol of our country. So this pen should have probably been reviewed and published a long time ago. I do have its sister or brother pen, if you will. That's the one I published first, and perhaps I should have started with this one. So from one Canadian to the rest of the world, stay tuned. Okay, so we're back with this beautiful pen. Isn't that gorgeous, guys? I was really amiss to not order and review this pen before, and it's only really when you get to look at it and put it in your hands and for review purposes that you realize how gorgeous this pen really is. And I think it combines several features that put together just make it one of my favorite pens. And as much as I like all these novel nibs that these Chinese manufacturers are coming out with, I'm going to have to sit down and do some serious replacement of nibs. I just you know, as much as I've tried, folks, with the fines and the extra fines, the mediums, and the long blade and the long knife, and all of these, you know, nice nibs, novel, I need my stubs. It's as simple as that. I write much better with my stubs. I feel much better. My writing experience is just ideal for me, okay? And that's, again, because, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got a slight hand tremor. Nothing serious. I know some viewers were concerned. It's nothing serious. I've had it for decades, and so when I just don't have control over all these other nibs other than the stub nib. The stub nib, just, people have commented, my God, when you use a stub, your handwriting is completely different. It is. So it's part of the experience, right, folks? So there you have it. So And you know, if I put a stub on this pen, for me, it will be an absolute go-to pen. So, okay, enough rambling. Let's start with the outside. First of all, look at that. It's a combination. There's a metal capping here with this chatoyancy on that resin. Just beautiful. I mean, it's got this rose gold trimming. You know, it's got that nice finial with the maple leaf, okay, on rose gold. The clip is rose gold, typical Hongidan clip, stiff but functional. I mean, the gold maple leaves are apparently 24 karat gold plated. I have my reservations, but look, you know, Amazon's saying it, everybody's saying it, so you You would think that if Amazon puts it as part of their description, the chances are it's correct. It's got HONGDIAN branding there with the N8 as well on that very slim band. Look how attractive this double band is here. Very nice. Then there's another ring there leading to just a flat gold or rose gold colored, of course, bottom finial. Nice sized, good, excellent girth, if you will. So that's the outside of the pen. Really, really nice. I must say, very, very pleased. Now, that, of course, compares with its sister pen here. And that, I forget the number of this thing. Is it N7? Yeah, N7. The first thing you notice is the weight, because the N7 is, in fact, a piston filler. So one can't compare the two. And I think it's also a little bit girthier, but I may be wrong on that. But whereas the N8, of course, is a cartridge converter. In any event, so we will see how many turns before this thing opens. 1.5. 1.5 turns. It reveals this. Let me just see if my camera will cooperate with me. This HONGDIAN, standard HONGDIAN branded. This is a medium nib. It's not an extra fine or a fine. It's a medium nib. It's got this beveled ring here, which is a nice touch. It looks really nice, except you got to be careful when you ink this pen, because if you don't clean that beveled ring properly, you're going to get a mess all over your fingers. Nice ring here as well. The threading is just perfect, folks. It's just perfect. The section is a nice sized, I think it's 11 at its widest. Very nice. Little on the short side here in terms of posting, but nothing serious, because the pen does post, and it posts deeply and comfortably. So not a problem whatsoever. Very, very nice. Let me just notice that, just light it up a little bit just so that you could see some of those features. Take a look at that chatoyancy on that resin. I mean, just fabulous. And that nib with the gold, I got to tell you, like I said, it's not until I started reviewing or analyzing the pen for review purposes that I realized how beautiful this pen really, really is. So there you have it. It is a cartridge converter. Okay, it's got the HONGDIAN, a nice HONGDIAN quality converter. It's, by the way, there's metal there, so this thing can't be eyedroppered. And you got an O-ring there to make sure that the closure is nice and tight. There you go. Isn't that? Look at that chatoyancy on that. And it's got resin both on the section and on the rest of the barrel. Just really, really nice. I'm very, very impressed. I got to tell you. Now let me just look deep into this cap. That's one thing I didn't look at before I did the. No, it doesn't have any. Doesn't appear to have any inner. No, there's no step there at all. No, I just hope that this pen will give us, the right seal. If not, what I'm going to do is I bought most colors, I think, of that Private Reserve Infinity ink that is supposed to be absolutely wonderful. Apparently, you can leave pens, and it's kind of an anti-drying ink. So there you have it. So here's the pen. I just realized that turning on that light, I should have had that light on right from the start, just to make you guys look at this with the light on. Anyway, I'm blown away. enough. So we will do. I think we've reviewed everything we needed to review, both inside and out. We'll do. Let's do a size comparison next. So what I've done is that I've taken. I try to keep my size comparisons, not only give you a variety of pens, but also provide you with a the same color, if you will. Okay, let me just adjust the camera. So if we look at the comparison, what there of course is the subject pen, which is the N8. This is a Marte Modena Chronicle compared to the Fully Red Marble. This is a Marchiaro, a Delta, kind of a Delta affiliated pen, a Tatcha Spectrum, and this is the Fine Right or Read Right. I forget how they branded this pen. Right. Oh, Right Balance. Sorry about that. It has slipped my mind. So this is the Delta Right Balance. And as you can see, the HONGDIAN N8, holds its own. And here you have the pens uncapped and unposted. Again, the N8 kind of holds its own with these, and the Right Balance is amongst the biggest ones here. But as you can see, it's right in there in terms of size. And here are the same pens, of course, posted. Some post better than others. The long posters have a tendency to just sit at the top, so sometimes that's misleading. But again, the HONGDIAN kind of holds its own, at least with this selection of pens. So that concludes the size comparison. I'll put up the measurement table and then proceed with the writing sample. I'm really, really anxious to choose a nice ink that will go with this N8, which to me is, I'm just blown away. Really, really nice pen. Okay, so now we're back for the writing sample. First thing is the ink. I had some fun trying to choose the best ink. I mentioned to you Private Reserve in the Infinity inks, just because I think that maybe the sealing might be an issue in that cap. I'm not sure. Of course, I have not tested it long enough, but that's the Private Reserve. And I just felt that the ink is nice when you swatch, and it kind of reflects a little bit the cap, but certainly not that chatoyant resin barrel. But it does write fairly light on paper. I have this Auto Ut Red Roses, which, by the way, this is the ink, and that's the one I've chosen. Actually, when you open this bottle up, it actually smells like red roses. It's just a very, very nice ink. And I felt that kind of matches much better the barrel and the chatoyancy of that barrel. So we're going to go with Auto Ut Red Roses as the ink that I've chosen for the writing sample and for the first inking of this pen. I have, again, Tomoe River paper. This is a notepad that you can purchase on Namiani paper. So there you have it. So let's proceed with the writing sample. Okay, so first thing, this is the HONGDIAN and 8 red maple leaf. The nib is a number 6 steel Hongidan medium nib. The ink, as I mentioned, is Auto Hut Red Roses. Just perfect for this pen, folks. I don't know if the camera really reflects it, but the red rose color of that ink just matches right on with the chatoyant barrel of this pen. So that's it. And in terms of the nib, absolutely, that's me, absolutely exquisite. Very wet, most constant. So as you can see, the consistency of that nib is just very, very nice. Really not a problem. The feed really keeps up well. Fast writing, not a problem. It's buttery smooth. I feel a little bit of pencil feedback, but just normal, just because it is on the thinnish side. Okay, but very nice. So it's very smooth. I mean, look at this ink coming down here. Very wet and very constant. Okay, very, very nice. Very, very nice. I must say, this is going to be a go-to pen when I put a stub on this thing. Wow. Okay, so let's get back to task at hand. Likes, dislikes. Okay, likes. It's the design and build quality of the pen. Both the cap, the trimmings, the resin. So, the materials used on this pen are just exquisite. The nib is just absolutely, it's a gusher for a medium, and just perfect. It really is 10 on 10. Is there any dislike that I can think of, folks? I'm struggling to find something. It is perhaps a little short, but there again, it doesn't affect me at all. Will that cap seal this pen enough over time? Maybe the seal is suspect, but there again, I can't really gauge or make an opinion because I've not used it long enough to be able to say that it's not going to work out. I can tell you, folks, and maybe that's one way of looking at it, is that the piston filler, does it have a similar, let me just see if it has a similar capping. Yeah, it has a similar capping, and this thing writes beautifully. I've had it inked now for a couple of weeks, and every time I pick it up, it writes. So if that is any indication, because the N7 is, the sister or the brother, if you will. It matches right on T. It's the only difference is the piston. If this is an indication, then I think we're in business. So we're in business. There you have it. So even the seal, if I can rely on my N7, is not an indication. In terms of value, I will put up the price up in US. It's around the $30 mark US. So I think the value is excellent as well. So it's A+ for a pen of this quality. Will it be a go-to pen? Again, A+. Yes, it will be a go-to pen. Even with this medium, it's going to be a go-to pen, but I can assure you I'm going to try to find a nice 1.1 stipula, 1.1 stub. Those stipula stubs are just to die for. Every time I write to, I think it's Stilografica Corsani, I write to my buddy Salvatore, send me another 5 nibs, and he sends them to me, and I replace most of my pens. They're now even better for me than the Yowo nibs that I used to buy either from Goulet or Anderson or Goldspot, etc. They've replaced that. Of course, the pen comes with a Yowo nib like most Leonardo's, the Deltas now do, and along with the Rangas, I always choose a Yowo nib. Then I don't replace them, but otherwise, there you go. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you very much, folks, for joining me. I am absolutely blown away by this pen. It's a 10 on 10 overall rating for me. I'm very, very pleased. I should have reviewed it once before. So that maple leaf has made us all Canadians proud, put it this way. Grazie. Thank you. Please subscribe. Take care of yourself, folks.